So today we have to continue with the antibiotics. So first of all, we will see what are the criterias of good antibiotic, okay, or what are the characteristics of antibiotic which makes it or brings it in the category of good antibiotic, okay. So first criteria is that the antibiotic should have a broad spectrum, here it should be P. So should have a broad spectrum ability to kill microorganisms. Broad spectrum, it means a single antibiotic, for example A, is should be able to kill many harmful microorganisms like X, Y, Z, P, Q, R. So if you take such antibiotic which is capable to kill such a number of harmful microorganisms, it will bring the antibiotic in the category of good antibiotic. Then the second criteria is that that it should not produce any side effect. If you are consuming any antibiotic, it should not create any side effect on your body, okay. So if it is not producing any side effect, it means that antibiotic is a good antibiotic. And the third criteria is that it should not harm the useful microorganisms, that the antibiotic is the product obtained from one living organism which will inhibit the growth of the other living organism inside our body. So when it is inhibiting the growth of other living organism or microorganism inside the body, then it should inhibit the growth of only the harmful living organism or harmful microorganism, not the useful microorganism present inside a body. Please keep in mind that inside our body we have millions and trillions of microorganisms which are useful for us, okay. So the antibiotic should not harm the useful microorganisms. Earlier, when there was no antibiotic, we have seen that, so when we used to have the fever, and fever is if it is due to any infection, so the taste of the mouth goes, and in that way you don't feel to eat anything. Why it happens? Because the medicine taken by at that time did not had the antibiotic, and that medicine was not only killing the harmful microorganism, but it was also killing the useful microorganism, okay. And the useful microorganism, one of the example of such useful microorganism is the E. coli bacteria present in our intestine, and which helps in the synthesis of vitamin B complex, okay. So that is what useful microorganism. So a good antibiotic should harm only the harmful microorganism but not the useful microorganism. Now what are the uses of antibiotic? First of all, very important use, that it is used in the treatment of infections. Infections are caused due to the pathogens, and what are pathogens? Any disease causing agent, okay. Pathogens are disease causing agent which are biological in origin. Biological in origin, it means they must be caused due to the microorganisms. In that case, we will consume antibiotic, and this antibiotic will help in the treatment of infection. Then it is used as a preservative for fish and meat. In the markets, it's available, the frozen fish, the frozen meat. So a coating is made over the such food items, that is either the frozen meat or the frozen fish. This coating is made up of what? Antibiotic. So when this coating is made up of antibiotic, this meat or the fish is not exposed to the external air which is containing many microorganisms. So this microorganism will not be able to reach or to grow on the surface of the fish or meat, and this is how the meat or fish can be kept for a longer period of time. And this is how the shelf life of such food items can be increased. Then it is also used for treating animal feed. You must have seen the poultries or the rearing places for the animals. So they use the antibiotic in the food of the animals, especially in the poultries where the chickens are kept. So when they use this antibiotic in their food, what will happen? Such particular animal will not suffer from different types of diseases. So that is why doctors, especially after the surgery, they suggest that not to consume chickens for a specific period of time, because chicken is fed with food which is containing the antibiotic. Okay, and in surgery they may kill or they may create the harmful effect on the body and may kill the other microorganisms which are useful and helping in the healing process of the surgery. Okay, so in the treatment of different diseases, the doctors, why they prescribe that don't consume such food items? Because we add the antibiotic in their food to protect them from various diseases. Then it also controls the plant pathogen. Pathogen is what? Any disease causing agent is pathogen. Okay, so these are the uses of antibiotics. Then antibiotics table is there, that is penicillin. Penicillin is obtained from Penicillium chrysogenum and the disease treated by it is tetanus and diphtheria. This is the biological name. Okay, so that is why I have written it in italics. Okay, in your copy you don't have to write in italics, you will write down. I hope you do know the rules for writing the scientific name. Okay, so what you will do, simply write, and the name of the genus should start with the capital letter and the name of the species should start with the small letter. Okay, and then you should underline both these names. Okay, if you are not writing in the italics in the books or in the slides. Why I have written it in italics? Because it's just to show a differentiation from the common printing pattern. Okay, and if you are writing all the letters in the block letters, then there is no need to underline. Okay, then streptomycin, it is obtained from Streptomyces griseus. Disease treated by it is tuberculosis. Then chlorotetracycline, it is obtained from Streptomyces aureofaciens. This is also a bacteria and the disease treated by it is typhoid. Then erythromycin, Streptomyces erythraceus, and disease treated by it is rickettsial fever. So this is all for today. Thank you everyone.